Hello everyone, my name is Conrad Woodall with Woodall Self-Defense. For those of you that don't know me, I've worked with some of the damsels in Northern California, but I'm a retired police officer. I have 29 years of martial arts experience. I have a master's degree in forensic psychology, and I've spent about 20 plus years working with women who are survivors of sexual assault, sex trafficking, domestic violence. When I was in grad school, my thesis was on using self-defense as a form of exposure therapy for survivors of sexual assault. So I've had a lot of time to work with people who have been in violent attacks, whether it's in law enforcement or whether it's in the private sector doing prevention work. I ran across damsels and saw some of their product line and really liked their product line and their mission statement to empower, equip, and educate women. So what I want to do is give you guys some information on the empowerment and the education part of the scenario. The equipment part's pretty easy. You guys have high quality products. The product is what the product is, but I want to help show you how to use some of your products. Today we're going to focus on the Kubaton, and I'm going to teach you one specific kind of strategy for understanding how you can use the Kubaton to move somebody who's trying to block your way. So Megan's going to be here to demonstrate the moves I'm going to teach in the beginning. Megan is one of our friends. She's a registered nurse. She's done, I think, 2 or 3 self-defense seminars with us. But other than that, she doesn't have any other martial arts background. Theo Schubert is my head instructor. He's running our school here in Newcastle, which is where we're filming. And he's going to be our bad guy for the video. So first of all, on the Kubaton, there's a lot of different ways to use this. I teach something that is a little less common, or I haven't really seen it. It's putting the Kubaton in your non-dominant hand. And there's several reasons for that. So I'm right-handed. Why I would want the Kubaton in my non-dominant hand is because, first of all, it gives my non-dominant hand some actual power, something to hit with that's going to cause some damage. Secondly, if I'm going to use my power hand to hit, it gives me a combination, meaning now I have a good strike with my left and a power hit with my right. So I'm better utilizing both hands and gaining more force and more impact trauma with my left hand, okay? Last reason is, or one of the last reasons, is transitioning. Whether you're gonna transition to a secondary tool like pepper spray or a stun gun, or even if you're carrying the concealed carry purse line and you have a CCW weapon on you, this tool will help you clear and move this person so that you can safely draw with your dominant hand. If I have my Kubaton in my right hand, which is also the hand that I need to draw from, all of your concealed carry options, they should be right-handed draw off your right hand. So now I'm occupying my draw hand with this tool. In the middle of the fight, I'm not going to want to switch hands, and I'm not going to want to drop this, especially if my keys are on here related to, you know, getting away, driving in my car, getting into my house, whatever. I don't necessarily want to just drop this to draw. Okay, so a non-dominant hand approach is more tactical. I also prefer to just grip with the bottom. I don't worry about switching grip. I always maintain a bottom-fisted grip on this, okay? So the specific strategy we're gonna talk about is learning how to move somebody with the Kubaton, all right? There's 4 basic ways to which you move a body with the Kubaton. One is to the neck, and I can go with either a palm down pull or a palm up pull. It doesn't really matter. So if I wanna pull him, I'm gonna reach behind his neck and pull either side, okay? Next option is to go to the back of the arms in the tricep area. Again, I can go palm down or I can go palm up, okay? Either way, it doesn't really matter. If I'm lower and something is happening and I'm down close near his hips, I can use this to pull into his hips as well. Or let's say something happened, like maybe there was a hair grab or a yank and I ended up down on the ground and I was down here and I'm looking at his legs, I can use it to pull into the back of his knees. So the main points are back of the knee, hip, outside of the arm, back of the neck. Those are the main areas that you're going to use this weapon as a pulling mechanism, a leverage mechanism. Okay, so Megan's going to come in and demonstrate this first scenario. We're going to give you 2 scenarios. The way I like to teach self-defense is to teach it to you based on realistic scenarios and realistic environments. Because it's one thing to come up and say, okay, you can use this to pull and this is how it works. It's another thing to give you a very specific scenario based on realistic violence, realistic attacks, and show you this is how you use this weapon under this scenario. And again, the point of that is so that you better understand the product line. Your job when you're selling the product line is to also educate and empower, and that's what I'm trying to help you with, to better understand how your product line can be used in realistic scenarios, because that's what your customers are going to want to know. All right. So let's say, for instance, we're in a low threat scenario. What do I mean by that? Megan has a guy that is doing one of these deals. He's being obnoxious, aggressive. She tries to step one way or the other. Just go ahead and do the step back and forth right now. And he keeps blocking her path. Now, she's not necessarily worried at this point that it's going to go really violent. Maybe she's on a college campus or at a park and there's some people in the distance. Maybe she's on mass transit somewhere and there's people around. So the fact that this might go to a really violent encounter, it's not really where her mindset is, but she is thinking, I need to do something physical beyond the verbal. So we've gone past the fact that she's like, what are you doing? Get out of my face, whatever that is. And she feels like she needs to actually do something physical so that she can get past this guy. So if Megan steps one way and this guy steps in front of her, right? So now he's blocked her way. She's going to use this to set him up. As she starts to go the other direction and he starts to follow, she'll come back with the Kubaton and pull and drive him away, okay? So she can come back to the neck. Let's say the guy was really tall and you felt like that was a high reach. When she steps and he goes that way, she can come back to the back of the arm as well and do the same thing and step and pull, okay? That's using the Kubaton to help you just get by somebody that's standing in front, blocking your path. The next scenario we're going to give you is going to be a little bit higher threat level. So we're going to pan over here to the door. In this particular situation, we are looking at a high threat level. Megan is maybe coming out of one of those bathrooms in the park where there's no door, but it kind of just has a change in angle. She's maybe in a hallway. This could be the front of an elevator. The situation or scenario is this is a confined space. She's trying to come out and somebody comes up and stands and boom, blocks the door. That is a high threat level, and this is your danger zone. This is the area that you do not want to be locked into. So she doesn't have an escape route going back. Even if she was to transition to maybe pepper spray or a stun gun or something, I wouldn't recommend that you back up in this situation because you're backing up into the confined space. Her exit is this way and she knows that. That's where her potential for safety is. So what's Megan gonna do? She's gonna use the Kubaton to move this guy out of her way. So the first thing she'll do is she will attack one side. She's gonna control his left arm with her arm, and she's gonna reach behind the neck to get control. This arm over here is gonna end up getting occupied when she slams his head into the wall. So boom, she's gonna push him over. That's gonna open up a really nice knee to the groin, which is gonna bend him over and occupy his hands and allow her to actually pivot out and slam him on the other side of the wall. Now she's gonna create space and transition. This is where you have tactical choices. If Megan feels like she's got a really good safe escape, Megan likes to jog, she's a runner, hey, she may just hit it and go. Just start beating feet. If you feel like you're concerned, like you don't have a safe escape, this person is gonna start trailing behind you. The last thing you wanna do is have that attacker catch up and grab you by the hair or pull you backwards into this confined space. So now, tactically, Megan is carrying a second product. She's got a long range tool. She's got her pepper spray. So at this case, she cleared her danger zone. Tactically, she got out, covered some space, and now as Theo goes to re-engage, he's gonna get hit with pepper spray in the face. That is gonna have a longer lasting impact on him, and it's gonna allow her more time to escape, okay? So this is one example. You guys can come back. This is one or two very specific examples of how you can use the Damsel product line, not just the Kubaton in and of itself, but tactically how and why you might carry more than one product to transition in a self-defense situation. I'm trying to think if we covered everything. I think we did that we wanted to for this video. I hope you guys learned a lot, and you'll probably be seeing more videos, and I hope everybody stays safe.